More than 100 victims of the October 7th attack are suing the United Nations Relief and Works Agency. They claim UNRWA knew its facilities and funds were being used to help Hamas in Gaza.
The suit comes as the families of 3 hostages are releasing new footage of what happened to their loved ones on that horrific day. CBN's Julie Stahl has that story.
More than 100 victims of the October 7th Hamas attack are suing UNRWA. They accuse the UN aid agency for Palestinians of aiding and abetting the terror group's assault and are seeking $1 billion in damages.
We suddenly became aware that UNRWA had a huge role in what happened. But what we uncovered that was surprising is the scheme for funding Hamas's acquisition of smuggled weapons, explosives, and other things. So,
Attorney Gavi Marone filed the complaint in a New York court, saying UNRWA's own reports indicate they knew that Hamas stored explosives, assault rifles, rockets, and mortars in their schools.
Obviously, the end of the story is that they absolutely provided safe harbor for Hamas terrorists to use those schools, the safe harbor protecting the Israeli army trying to, discover them.
The suit comes as hostage families approved the release of new footage showing their loved ones being taken captive from the Nova Music Festival.
We and the other families felt that it's very important any piece of evidence of what happened on October 7th, how these people were stolen from their lives, is critical for the world to see.
American-Israeli Hirsch Goldberg Polin, Elia Cohen, and Or Levy were hiding with others in a bomb shelter. Many were killed when terrorists threw grenades into the shelter. Hirsch's forearm was blown off. Israel's prime minister says he's open to a ceasefire to return the hostages, but is committed to eliminating Hamas as a fighting force. In Rafah, in Gaza, the IDF is nearing its goal.
We are clearly approaching the point where we can say that we have dismantled the Rafah Brigade, that it is defeated not in the sense that there are no more terrorists, but in the sense that it can no longer function as a fighting unit.
After that, Israeli leaders agree they'll turn their attention to the northern border with Lebanon, where Israel is already fighting Hezbollah.
We will have the option to transfer part of the forces to the north, and we will do that. First and foremost, for defense purposes. Secondly, to return our residents home.
Meanwhile, in a move that could threaten the stability of the Netanyahu government, Israel's Supreme Court today ruled that the military must begin drafting ultra-Orthodox men who have been exempt by law due to their religious beliefs. Julie Stahl, CBN News, Jerusalem.